You were probably scrolling on Instagram or TikTok and came across a viral streamer clip that had thousands of likes. This streamer clipping niche is extremely profitable if done correctly. Let's take a look at this channel for example. It has generated over 300 million views and an absurd amount of money in the last 30 days. And in this video, I will be showing you exactly how to do that and actually make profit off of it. Now let's hop right into it. Alright, the first thing we're going to want to do here is open up a browser. Now you're then going to want to search up twitch.tv. And once you're here, you're going to want to search up any popular streamer and click on their account. And although it is quicker to do it on a desktop, you are able to do it on mobile by downloading the Twitch app or just by going to the website. To save time, I recommend this. Go over to filter, set it to clips, and make sure it shows the last 7 days so you can see the most recent content. Now what this is basically other people watching through the streams and clipping moments, which then get uploaded here automatically. This can save you a massive amount of time. For this video though, I'm just going to be watching through the streams manually. Go over to recent broadcasts and just find any stream. You're just going to skip through the stream in 15-second intervals using your arrow keys until you find your desired clip. Now I just searched through a large portion of that stream and did not find anything. So I'm going to go back and find another stream. Alright, so once you have your clip, you're going to click on this little clip icon here. And then you're going to want to open up a new page. Now once it loads, you're going to want to adjust this bar to however long your clip is. And then you're going to give it a name and click Save Clip. And then it will give you different sharing options. So you're going to click Download and then Download Landscape Version. Alright. Now let's get into the editing of things. For this video, I will be using Premiere Pro, but there are many other types of softwares out there like CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. But unfortunately, I will not be showing those in this video as that would take way too long. There are several very good tutorials on YouTube showing you how to use them though. If that is the case, then come back to this video when you are finished with this step. Now we're going to drag in our clip, and this is where we do the splitting of the video. A very important step that a lot of people miss is cutting out dead time. To do that, you're going to want to split the parts out of a conversation where there is dead time. So if two people are talking and there is silence in a conversation, make sure to cut that out. Too much dead time lowers viewer retention. Alright, now that you have your video all trimmed up and ready to go, we're going to go up to Sequence, click on Sequence Settings, and you're going to change it from 1920 by 1080 and reverse it. You're going to keep the composition 60 frames per second, click OK, and OK again. Now to center our video is what we're going to do is we're going to increase the scale until it fits with the screen. Or if you're lazy, you can hit the fill button. From this point, we want to center the person who is talking. So to do this, you're going to move the position to whatever person is talking. In this case, it's Kai Cenat. So I'm going to move it over to where he is. This is important because otherwise it might confuse the viewer. As I said, you want to move the position back and forth to whoever is speaking. Here's an example.
So how do you talk to a girl? How do you talk to a girl?
And in this case, when both people are talking very fast, I will leave the position pointed at someone just so the camera isn't moving too fast back and forth. Now from this point, we're going to go down here and click New Item. And if you can't see this, it's probably hidden behind this box. So you're going to want to drag this back. Click it, adjustment layer, and make sure it matches your composition settings. Click OK, and then drag it in. Now extend it to make sure it covers all of your video. Now we're going to add some sharpen. You're going to search it up, and you're going to drag it onto your adjustment layer. You're going to set the value to 40. And right below it, you're going to drag on unsharp mask to the adjustment layer. You're going to set the amount to 20 and the radius to 5. Now, if we zoom in, you can definitely see that the picture is more sharpened. Looks pretty nice. Raise the amount up to 40, and I would say 10 is a good value. We're then going to add Lumetri color. Open up the creative tab and put the saturation to around 150, I would say. It just gives the video a little bit more pop. Now, depending on the brightness and various colors of the video you're editing, it's really going to depend. So just play around with it until you're happy. And then now we're going to go over here and select all these clips. Click unlink to unlink all the videos. Take the top row and click nest. Now we're going to add some zoom to give it more depth. Keyframe scale. Go a few cuts ahead and then set it to 120. Now you're going to want to select both keyframes here and set them to ease out. And it will give you a zoom that looks something like this.
So how do you talk to a girl? How do you?
We're now going to go ahead and go to the next cut. Make a keyframe and set it back to 100. So now, throughout your short, you have a nice clean zoom in and then zoom out. You should now have 3 keyframes that look something like this. Adds good depth to the video, and it's not so dry. We're now going to add one last keyframe to the very end. You're going to set this to 115. Now it's time for the subtitles, which I will be leaving in a project file in the description inside of a Google Drive, along with all the other sound effects and assets that you need for this video. Now you can either use Adobe's transcribe feature, which will transcribe the audio and give you the text without having to manually type everything. But I've actually found that with streamer clips, sometimes the audio isn't clear, so it's better if you manually type it. It only takes around 5 to 10 minutes max. Now is what you're gonna do is go download the project file that I left in the Google Drive in the description. It will have everything you need in it. You can also use it as a guide if you were confused at any point of this video. The default subtitles that I left you might block their face.
So how do you talk to a?
To fix that, it's actually really easy. Just go over here and make sure you select transform. You're gonna adjust the position of the text either below the person or above the person, whichever one you prefer. Now that only took me a couple minutes, and when you get used to writing subtitles, it gets really easy. From this point, you're now going to color code the words, so if Kai Cenat is speaking, make sure the words are one color, and if anyone else is speaking, make them a different color. So each individual gets their own color. To do this, double click the words, make sure they're selected, scroll down, go to fill. You're going to change the color to yellow. Copy this hashtag right here. And then copy that color to every other word that Kai Cenat says. We are almost now done with this short. The only thing left to do is add sound effects and background music, all which you can get in that Google Drive that I left down in the description. I just chose this for the background music. Now another important thing is you need to make sure that you lower the volume of the background music so it's not too loud and not interfering with the audio from your video.
So how do you talk to a girl? How do you talk to a girl? No, how do you talk to a girl? What's up, girl? Oh, how are you? Oh.
I also like to put this awkward moment sound effect, which I also put down in the drive. I think it attracts viewers very well. You're going to want to also make sure that you lower the volume on this.
So how do you talk to a girl?
You're then also going to want to put this popular boom sound effect somewhere in the video. I just chose this spot because the person was confused.
Girl. No, how do you talk to a girl?
You are now fully done and it is ready to upload. The only thing left to do is just to export the video. What we're going to do here is go to the start of the timeline and we're going to hit I on our keyboard and then go to the end of the video and hit O. What this is going to do is prevent the software from rendering the entire timeline out and only our selected area. Hit Ctrl M on your keyboard and then you're just going to copy what I do. Go up to preset, scroll down and click match source adaptive high bitrate. And then what you're going to want to do is expand video and scroll down and you're going to check render at maximum depth and use maximum render quality. And that is it. All you have to do is name it and hit export. Now once your video has exported, all you have to do is upload it to YouTube. But I'm going to give you a few tips before I let you go. First of all, don't use a brand new YouTube account because YouTube sometimes flags these new accounts as bots. which will hurt your channel a lot. So I recommend picking a channel that you've had around for a couple years. And the second tip is you need to stay consistent. If you have any chance of competing with other people on YouTube Shorts, you need to make sure you're uploading at least once a day. If you only upload once a week or once a month, you're not going to blow up. Once you get inside of the algorithm, it's fairly easy to stay in it. So you need to make sure that you stay consistent. Consistency is key.